Our eyes meet, each full of love before the door shuts behind them. Part of me is still traumatized from Burroughs. I'm not sure if something scary or bad is gonna happen. Like, this is way too cute. I'm left alone in the now silent apartment, unaware of what was to come. Well, what do you know? Jeez. Now what's to come? The apocalypse? Alright. Welcome, people. This is Lynn and Otter back here to start the new journey in One Last Night. This visual novel was recommended by... Oh, shoot, their name is eluding me now. One of my commenters. Very, very kind of... hold on. Edit this part of me out of me actually looking for their name. Hold on. Maestro Wolfgonix, if I'm pronouncing that right. So thank you for that recommendation. I Burroughs ended abruptly last time, and I had to scramble to find a new visual novel to read because I knew I was going to do another one eventually, but I thought I had more time. But yeah, so I went ahead and looked it up. It looks good already just from the opening page. Just like with Burroughs, this is a pretty blind playthrough. I've hardly looked at any of the synopsis. I've only looked at like one comment to see if somebody was saying it was good. One comment said it was good. Where is he? It's actually right here. And the art looks great. I mean, not that I really that matters too much to me. I know I was raving about Burroughs and Burroughs' art. It was amazing, and I mean, I've never seen a production value that high for a visual novel before. I mean, man, but because I can see that the art style is a little bit different for the in-game play too. I'm sure the cutscenes probably have just a slightly more fine-tuned art style, which is totally fine. I mean, one of the first visual novels I ever really enjoyed was something called Ocean Blues, and that was I think the YouTuber I was watching play that was somebody called Lyric Rhapsody, I think was his name, and that that game I really enjoyed that visual novel and him and his playthrough of it, and if anything, that might be the one that I think got me into visual novels many years ago, and that one has a style that isn't exactly the most like jaw-dropping art. It's good. It looks really nice and it looks clean. But so I'm definitely not an art snob. You've seen my drawings if you've seen me on Twitch. I'm not one to judge, but it still looks really good. I'm intrigued as to what this could be about. A title is as vague as One Last Night is open-ended. I don't know if this one's going to be scary like Burroughs, but I guess there's only one way to find out. Let's do this one. So sit back, hope you enjoy my narrations. I'm gonna go ahead and is this it? There we go. Oh, Shiza! My poor little ears. Ow. Ah. I feel like these settings should be automatically set to default somewhere more in the middle, but that's just me, because I was silly enough to wear my headphones like right up here. Thankfully my ears still work and I can actually hear that this is some really good music. Wow. That is really pretty. It said something at the beginning that I missed, so I'm actually gonna quit and restart that. So what does it say? One Last Night is a visual novel meant for those who are 18 or older. If you are under that age, please exit now. Okay, we're over 18. Or am I? No, we are. This music, that first part is reminiscent of it reminds me of Up, I think is the song I'm thinking of, but oh man, this is good music. This is relaxing. Okay. Settings, anything else that I should do? No, I think we're good. We're already full screen, I think. Okay. Let's just start this journey. One Last Night. Ooh, what is my name? Oh, okay. This is different already. Um, what is my name? Is there a is there an auto name? A default name? I usually do that. Is that fine? Should I be Linen Otter or something? You guys can tell me in the future if I should just do Linen Otter or something, or do my name. Because if this is a very more self-insert, because Burroughs Gray was the main character and that was that. But if it's me, it might be kind of fun to have that little avatar be somewhere in the corner on screen to show me playing, sort of. Okay. Although if this is me, I guess I could just do my normal speaking voice for this character. What a relief, my throat has been hurting. There's a sudden coldness at my back, causing me to stir from my sleep. I move my arm around behind me, patting the empty area of the bed. With a groan, I call out into the dark room. Ugh, is it morning already? My question is met with a light chuckle in response. Unfortunately so, Dorian. Marshall. Reluctantly, I roll over to look at my boyfriend, Marshall. He's in the middle of fastening his pants, not yet fully clothed. Okay. I drink in the sight of his half-naked lupine form, stray rays of sunlight peeking in through the curtains and causing his well-groomed silver fur to shine. I feel like I still have a bit of a southern accent when I speak now. Just a little bit more. Well, at least I've got a nice view to comfort me. A bright smile dawns on his face as he makes his way over to my side of the bed. Not as nice as mine. He starts to bend over in an attempt to plant a kiss on my forehead. Oh, what the heck? At the last second, I jerk my head upwards instead, resulting in our lips meeting. There's a brief flash of surprise, but it dissipates quickly and I feel his smile widen as he puts more effort into the kiss. We both linger there, neither wanting to break the moment. A small growl comes from his stomach, putting an end to the passionate moment with a laugh. Sounds like someone's hungry. As if on cue, I hear my own stomach growl in a clear act of betrayal. Marshall laughs at the sound. Seems I'm not the only one. He crosses back over to the closet and pulls out one of his navy blue button-up work shirts. A small wave of disappointment hits me now that he's clothed. Alright, well, hello, Marshall. Are you sure you can't just go back to bed? Your spot is still warm. Maybe I should say, your spot is still warm. I rub my hand on his side of the bed, attempting to be seductive despite my drooping eyelids and definite bedhead. He pretends to ponder the question for a moment before shaking his head. Sorry, Dorian, but breakfast isn't going to make itself. I let out a long, overdramatic sigh as I see a spark of mischief in Marshall's eyes. I'll go get coffee started. That should wake you up enough to make sure you don't burn the omelets again. I don't know what voices to do. I'll work on their voices over time. I do want to try and make them distinct, though. He hastily exits the room, giggling to himself, disappearing from my eyeline before I have the chance to throw a pillow at him. Yeah, I burn omelets too. Just gotta accept it. You know that only happened once. I call after him, lowering my soft weapon. I lay there for a few more moments, gathering what little energy I can before I throw off the blankets. Cold morning air bites at my exposed skin, causing a shiver to go down my spine. Hurriedly, I make my way over to the closet and pull out some clothes. And also my timer, because I forgot to set it. Let's do 15 minutes. Sweatpants and one of Marshall's tees should work for now. I can always dress up later if I need to go out. You don't have work today, Dorian? I'm really tempted if I should just do my own name. I'll get it later, next time, for another visual novel. Pulling the shirt over my head, it's clearly too big for me, but nevertheless, it provides me a sense of... Pulling the shirt over my head, it's clearly too big for me, but nevertheless, it provides me a sense of comfort. I grab some of the hem and inhale, getting a whiff of my boyfriend's pleasant, citrusy scent that he likes to shampoo his fur with. With my skin now covered, I can feel the warmth returning to my body once more. I look longingly at the bed, wishing to be wrapped under its thick covers again. I give it a gentle pat on my way out the door. Don't worry, old girl. I'll be back soon. I make my way out into the kitchen, rubbing the remaining sleep from my eyes. Arriving just in time, I catch Marshall finishing up pouring our coffees. He adds some milk and a good amount of sugar to his while leaving mine black, like my soul. Aww. He hands me my mug as he passes, stealing a quick kiss. These guys are cute. This is adorable. The scent of the coffee reaches my nose, already beginning to stir me awake. I take a sip of the hot, bitter liquid and let out a sigh of relief. The coffee starts to work its magic as I feel a bit of warmth now in my stomach, the caffeine beginning to circulate through me. Marshall looks at me and shakes his head in a mock disapproving manner from his seat at the island. I'll still never understand how you can drink that stuff straight. The moment those words leave his lips, I can see a look of regret cross his face, knowing what's about to exit my mouth. It's probably the only thing I like straight. He groans, trying and failing to hide a smirk as I chuckle at my own bad joke. Taking a hair tie from my wrist, I put my hair into a bun so it stays out of my face while I cook breakfast. I begin my prep, taking out the ingredients I'll need for both breakfast and lunch. Since Marshall doesn't have many good food options near his work, I usually pack a lunch for him. This is so cute. With the ingredients we have today, our usual breakfast omelets are on the menu, though we'll need more eggs soon, with lunch being a BLT with extra bacon. Yuck, bacon. I actually don't like bacon. Bacon was one of the foods we first bonded over. Okay, if that's the case, this definitely isn't me. I'm glad I went with Dorian and not Linen Otter. This does not represent me. Bacon was one of the foods we first bonded over, before omelets, and has always been a favorite of Marshall's. Even on days where our meals wouldn't usually have bacon, I make sure to pack him some. Oh, this is so adorable. Gotta keep my wolf happy after all. As I cook, the two of us make the occasional small talk, the effects of the coffee helping us along. Speaking of food, what's for dinner tonight? Not sure yet. Not sure yet. Somebody forgot to go grocery shopping yesterday. Marshall glances sheepishly down into his mug. Oh, come on, Deputy. I just wanted to spend some more time with you. A smile creeps onto my face hearing him call me by that nickname. Since his name is Marshall, he likes to call me his deputy whenever I have to remind him of something. It's cute, and I agree. I'll go while you're at work today. Got any requests? His face brightens and I see his tail switch back and forth from the corner of my eye. Something sweet. Typical Marshall and his sweet tooth. A devious idea begins to form in my mind. Something sweet, huh? That can be done. I bend over to grab a pan, making sure to stick my tail out. The trick works and I catch him staring at it. Oh gosh. Our eyes meet and I give him a wink. Sorry, Marshy, but the cake will have to be saved for later. He blusters at that and buries his face in his mug as I start on the omelets. Some loud sizzling we got going on. The rest of the meal is made in a comfortable silence. Luckily, with the simplicity of the food and my experience cooking, that doesn't take long. I set the food on the counter and make my way around to join him, refilling my coffee as I go. Barely able to contain himself, the moment I sit down, he begins shoveling the food into his muzzle. I smile at the joy my cooking brings him, feeling his tail occasionally whack me in his food-fueled bliss. Aw, wonder if he's having a Food War style or foodgasm. Don't forget to chew. A blush creeps onto his face at my comment and he slows his pace, allowing me to start catching up with his progress. We sit there together and eat, not needing to speak to just enjoy the presence of the other. There were so many people I'd fallen for in the past, but none were quite like Marshall. None managed to make me feel the way I do whenever I look at him. A sense of pure love. The happiest times of my life have been while I'm dating him. As we take our last few bites, I bring the dishes into the kitchen as Marshall starts getting ready for work again. Slipping some extra bacon into his lunch bag for the sandwich, I go to meet him at the door. He takes the paper bag from me and I let him pull me into his strong, furry arms. Feeling the warmth of him once again, I look up at my wolf. Are you sure I can't convince you to stay home today? He sighs, knowing he wants to stay as much as I want him to. Sorry, Dorian, but I've got a new trainee in today. Plus, I need my sick days saved up for our vacation in the summer. I know, but that doesn't mean I won't miss you. Oh my gosh, these peck sounds are so adorable. He gives a light laugh as I pout and brings his head down to mine for another kiss. I'll miss you too. We stand in the embrace for a moment longer before stepping apart. I love you, Dorian. See you tonight. See you tonight, Marshy. I feel like that's way too casual. See you tonight, Marshy. See you tonight, Marshy. Love you too. We give each other one last goodbye kiss as he steps out the door for work. Our eyes meet, each full of love before the door shuts behind him. Part of me is still traumatized from Burroughs. I'm not sure if something scary or bad is going to happen. Like, this is way too cute. I'm left alone in the now silent apartment, unaware of what was to come. Well, what do you know? Jeez. Now what's to come? Oh no. If only I tried a little harder to make him stay. If only his alarm had never gone off that morning. If only we had stayed in our bed together. Maybe that morning wouldn't have been the last time I saw you, Marshall. Oh no. Maybe we'd have been together when it happened. When the world as we knew it collapsed. Dang it! I should have known. Arc 1. The apocalypse? I was like, is he gonna go missing? Maybe a missing person story? No, it's the... Of course. Gosh dang end of the world. That's what it is. Oh, jeez. Dear Marshall. Oh, dang it, dang it, dang it. I'm already sad. It's getting harder to keep track of the days now. They all sort of blur together into a congealed mess of memories. But of course, I can't forget today. I dreamt of it last night. My mind's way of reminding me what happened a year ago. It was the day I last saw you. The day the apocalypse began. I'm still searching for you, Marshall. I know you're somewhere out there. If someone like me can survive in this mess for so long, you sure as hell can. For once, I'm thankful for the torrents of rain the spring brought in this year. Some new pathways were cleared through the debris, expanding my search radius. Hopefully this will give me some new leads. That is, if... No. I can't think like that. I won't. If I do, there's no way I'll be able to make it through. I will find you. I promise. See you soon. Oh, Dorian. Oh, man. Literal apocalypse. As I close the journal, I lean back and stretch out my muscles to get rid of the morning exhaustion. Despite giving myself a few additional hours of rest this morning to make up for what little sleep I'd gotten this week, the dream caused me to toss and turn all night. All this music. I wasn't going to let that stop me today, though. With the first part of my morning ritual complete, I moved on to my next. The inventory check. Matches? Check. Water? Check. Multi-tool? Check. Now I continued through the list of items, satisfyingly marking them all down with their appropriate amounts. Oh, I need some water. Water? Check. My current amount of rations were to be noted. I only had enough to last me a few more days, which meant I'd have to scavenge in the city soon. I returned everything back to its place, making sure the supplies were neatly organized. In the unlikely event I'd have to make a quick escape, it was always better to be prepared. Grabbing my makeshift spear, this is literally, oh my gosh. Grabbing my makeshift spear, which consisted of a kitchen knife screwed into a long metal pole, I stood up in my tent to start the next part of the routine. This task required me to go outside and investigate, a perimeter check. Before I even had the chance to take a step out, a loud clanging of metal rang out from somewhere nearby. Something had just set off my makeshift perimeter alarm. Oh jeez. I halted at the flaps, silently waiting to hear what would come next. With no further sounds provided, I slowly walked outside. Each step was hesitant and careful, not wanting to make any unnecessary noise. Thankfully, it was still daylight, and I used that fact to my advantage as I surveyed the area quickly. My camp was set up in a small clearing, trees shadowing the edges of it. The earth was relatively rough with occasional patches of concrete debris scattered throughout with patches of yellow grass. The campfire at the center remained a mound of charcoal, the embers of last night's fire long since burned out. The site seemed to be relatively undisturbed. I took a deep breath, allowing myself to give a more focused survey of the area and hone my mind on the situation. There are only 3 possibilities I could think of that would have triggered the perimeter alarm. The first and most hopeful option, a simple wild animal, probably wandered too close trying to get a look at whatever had set up this unnatural nest in its space. The second but manageable option, bandits. I had encountered a group of them around a week ago, making sure to stay out of sight as they scavenged. Luckily, I got away unnoticed with some of their rations. Wow, Dorian, you're a survivor. It was nice having the universe on your side sometimes. The third option was the worst of the bunch, one I didn't even want to consider in case my thoughts managed to will it into existence. At that moment, I spotted a hint of movement from the corner of my eye. Gotcha! Just barely poking out from a nearby tree was the silhouette of a furred elbow. Cautiously, I began navigating around the sticks and rougher earth that littered the ground. I had to be stealthy about this. I had no clues as to who found my camp. If they were an enemy, I'd need the advantage of surprise on my side. I strayed closer and closer to the figure, moving like a faint breeze through the grass. They hadn't seemed to notice my presence yet, remaining still in their place. A growing sense of discomfort began to gnaw at my stomach. This entire scenario didn't sit right with me. It was possible the person had run to hide after setting off the alarm, freezing in place behind the tree. That would confirm whoever it is had business with me, and it probably wasn't good. In that case, the best course of action would be to continue my approach and catch them off guard. Hopefully that would be enough to turn the tide in my favor. Alternatively, there was another possibility. One that would benefit from me remaining where I was. As slim odds as they were, there was a chance that wasn't the person at all. Dang it, already a choice. Shoot. Okay, I'm in the apocalypse. There's somebody by my campsite. Wow, a choice this early on. Okay. I'm gonna pause that. I'm gonna make this choice for this episode. We're gonna start off with a choice. Let's see. There's somebody. I've got a spear, right? If this person wanted to hurt me, they probably have come to my campsite. So, I feel like, and I don't know the full situation, I don't know what this apocalypse is, but, let's see. I can either approach or stay. If I stay put and make them reveal themselves, do they have guns in this world? I assume some people would have guns, so it might be better to actually get closer to them in case they have a weapon that's a ranged weapon. But again, if they had a ranged weapon, they'd probably be less scared of just approaching. If they had a ranged weapon, they probably would have been more. If this is somebody that's out to hurt me and they have a ranged weapon, they more than likely would be totally fine with just not being so stealthy. So I'm gonna assume that they don't have a ranged weapon, and that they probably aren't exactly trying to hurt me. So it's okay if I get close to them, or actually, it's probably better if I stay back. I'm gonna stay back. Let them come out. Try to avoid a tussle. Maybe we can talk about this. I stopped my approach, choosing to listen to my instincts about the situation. Sometimes it's better to rely on those when facing an unknown. Maintaining my distance, I searched for the ground and found a decent-sized rock I could use. But what about your spear? Whether I hit or missed, this was sure to draw some sort of reaction. I took a few steps to the side, causing the figure to be slightly less obscured from my view. Carefully, I aimed the rock and threw it. Direct hit. The arm fell to the side, giving me a better look at the white furred paw. From what I could see, it likely belonged to a polar bear. I wasn't familiar with any of those. I waited for him to react to my throw, but no response came. The way the arm hung limply now, oh geez, it was clear that it wasn't alive. Whether it was a doll or a corpse, I couldn't tell yet, but one thing was clear. That thing wasn't the real enemy. Whoever or whatever had put it there had clearly done so to trick me into getting closer. I saw the branches of a bush near the body begin to rustle, and my eyes shifted towards the movement. Staring back at me were a pair of pitch-black eyes. Damn it! The creature rose from its hiding place slowly, revealing its full form while keeping those scarlet irises locked on me. Oh! What the heck? Ratty and sparse long hair framed its sunken face. The mouth opened unnaturally wide, as if its jaw were dislocated. Inside were rows of razor-sharp teeth, with two fangs the most prominent of them all at the front. Its skin had taken a darkened gray hue, pulled taut not just over the face, but over the rest of its body too, highlighting the oversized bones within. It approached on all fours like a wild animal, the long, lanky limbs guiding it forward, claws leaving trails through the dirt. Of course, it had to be this. What is this? And I think we will have to find out next time. Oh, I like that the journals. Okay, things are about to get serious, but we're gonna have to stop it here. I gotta take time to record and upload this. To edit and upload this. But we're definitely gonna keep this going because this already got me hooked. Consider me sold. One last night. Thanks again for the suggestion. Oh jeez, this is gonna be scary again. Great, fantastic. I love it. He said sarcastically. I do love it. This story looks to be good. Hope you guys like it. Feel free to follow and like. I really do appreciate any comments, any likes or subscribers. Any growth to this channel would be great. I'm trying to really push towards this more, and I'd like to be able to do this more often. But if you like it, that's always the main thing. If you like the video, then feel free to like it. If you want to see more and be updated when I do, I'm assuming if you guys are familiar with YouTube, you know how it works. You subscribe, you'll be notified when I upload more videos. And yeah, just stay tuned because there's definitely gonna be more of this coming soon. Probably tomorrow even. So yeah. All right. I'm scared. Here we go. Till next time.